Apache Spark graphics library. So our team comprises of the following members. Next slide. So Apache Spark is basically a unified analytics engine for large scale data processing. It provides high level APIs in Java, Scala, and many other languages. In our case, we would be dealing with the language Scala, and GraphX is a component in Spark for graphs and graph parallel computations. We are dealing with distributed computing, that is, multiple computer systems would be working on a single problem. In short, a single problem would be divided into many parts which would be individually solved by different computers. Apache Spark mainly consists of two components, a driver and an executor. To harness complete functionality and to understand it better, we are running it on a cluster computing framework like Kubernetes, Hadoop, Yarn, HDFS, etc. But in our case, we would be dealing with Hadoop Yarn as which is a cluster computing framework. Next slide. So what we will be actually doing is uh, we will firstly run graphics scalar graph operations in standalone cluster mode on our system. Then we will deploy example program on Hadoop Yarn using Hortonworks Sandbox, whose instance would be created on VMware. Some important graph algorithms that give insight to social network are used and will be discussed further. Next slide.
So the first graphics algorithm is triangle count. Triangle count is basically used by companies like Facebook and LinkedIn in order to detect some spam detection web pages. Basically, the main concept of uh, the triangle count algorithm is to detect the relationship between all other nodes, where the node is a node may be a person or maybe a some state depending on the uh, company graph. Next slide. So here I have just used this some sample case. In this sample case, that the 2 is the basically a node number and 1 is the another node number. So there is an edge from 2 to 1. So I have just created the in this page I have just created the graph for this corresponding input, and this is the relationship. So the output given by the graphics algorithm is exactly in the console screen. So the 4 node has zero triangle associated with it. Next slide. So this is the code. We have just used the we have just load the we have just used the graph loader to load the Facebook dataset, which I have used from the Stanford, which we have just implement from the Stanford site, and we have just used the triangle count method in the graphic of the graphics library. So basically, what we have done is, next slide. So basically, what we have done is basically the Facebook and LinkedIn use it to detect in order to state the relationship between each node. For example, if the node is a website, they use triangle count to calculate the clustering coefficient between for each node, and if the clustering coefficient for any node is less than the specified value, then it is detected as spam. Next slide. So this is the output we have just implement with the SparkX. So the SparkX UX just shows us how the algorithm is divided into the different jobs. Next slide. So these are the stages how it function the algorithm. Next slide. So these are the RDD, which is resilient data set, which are used to solve the large data set problem in a short time by this package, it is just a distributed programming. Next slide. So we will just show the practical at the last of the slide.
So our aim to implement connected component algorithm using Spark graphic library. So basically, the connected component algorithm labels each connected component of graph with the ID of its lowest numbered vertex, and it computes the connected component membership of each vertex and returns the graph with the vertex value containing the lowest vertex ID in the connected component containing that vertex. Next slide. So here we see the sample dataset, because while running the code we have used a large dataset. So for the understanding purpose we have used this sample dataset. So here the input data is in terms of edges, like 2 is connected to 1 and 1 to these are 8 vertices. So here we see that 2 is connected with 1 and 3 and 1 is connected with 2, 3 and 4 like edge. And by looking the sample output, we just want to know that every vertex is connected with the lowest number vertex. So here we see that the vertex number 4 is connected with 1 and 6 is connected with the lowest vertex, that is 1. So like in the similar way. Next slide. So this is the connected component algorithm. So we just implemented this by importing Apache Spark library. If we don't want to do this, so we can just use the simple traverse algorithm. So that can also work. So here we implemented it by using Sparks library. So the our value variable is graph variable is of graph loader.edgelist file. So it basically loads the our input dataset, that is Facebook combined text file, and it is partitioned. Then we just simply call the connected component method to just know the vertices that are linked to each vertices. Next slide. So this is the output file. So here we see after running that the connected component, first value is node which is connected to the lowest vertex ID. So here the output is like 3558, 0. So like vertex 3558 is connected with 0. So here 0 is the lowest vertex ID that is connected with 3558. So in the similar way we are able to detect all the vertex IDs. Next slide. So this is the Apache Spark library. So the aim of this is to distribute our whole code in terms of different stages to run, and it also provide the ease of running of our code. Next. So
Yeah.
So we are using the PageRank algorithm. It is an algorithm which Google uses for its search engine to rank the websites. PageRank actually assigns a numerical weight to each element of a hyperlinked set of documents. It works by giving nodes same weight initially. Then based on the directed edge from one node to others, it gives all the nodes some weight. Here the nodes are actually web pages used by Google. Next slide. So this is the code. Here we are importing the dataset Facebook combine.txt. Then we call the method graph.pagerank to get the PageRank from the dataset. Next slide. This is the output we got from running the previous code. This shows how the Apache Spark divides the process for parallel computing. Next slide. Next.
Now I am going to discuss about the Hadoopian. It stands for Yet Another Resource Negotiator, and it was introduced in Hadoop 2.0 to remove the bottleneck on job tracker. It is a large-scale distributed operating system. This is the Hadoopian architecture. Next slide. And its components are clients, resource manager, node manager, application master, and the containers. First component is client, and it submits the application, and the resource manager is the ultimate authority to decide the allocation of resource and allocate using the scheduler. and the other component of resource manager is application manager. It has the responsibility to accept application submitted by clients and validates resource requirement for application master. And one of the component of Yarn is node manager that is useful to monitor resource usage, and the application master is component of node manager and it has the responsibility. Now let's go through the application workflow in the Hadoopian. Firstly, clients submit application and then resource manager gets responsibility to allocate containers and start application manager. Now application manager negotiates resource from the resource manager. Then application manager notifies node manager to launch container. In this, application code is executed and clients interact with the application manager to monitor application's status. So once processing is complete, application manager unregister with the resource manager.
So we will just show the practical of the triangle count algorithm on the triangle.scale. Yeah. So the data set is being read by the yeah. So we can see the power of the Apache Spark, how distributed programming help to find the triangle counting in a less amount of time, how it uses parallel processing. The 4021, basically, if we tell about the 4021, the 4021 node has 34 triangle associated with it. On the localhost 4040, we will show the UI, how Apache Spark work is done. 4040. Yeah. So basically, we have just launched the Spark. We have just launched the Spark jobs, and then how it shows that we have launched the how he had launched the triangle.scala file. So it basically divided the whole algorithm in some jobs. Jory, move to these stages. So these are the stages how it use internally map partitions as well as in order to do parallel processing of a big data set. Move to the storage. So this is the RDD, which is basically the resilient data set, which is a immutable database used by the Apache in order to do the parallel processing with map. Thank you.
So now we will be running the triangle count and PageRank Scala codes on our own system. By doing so, we will be representing the standalone deployment of an Apache Spark code that is on our own system. So we get PageRank and triangle count values for the Facebook dataset as mentioned in the assignment.
We will be starting with Apache Hadoop ecosystem. So Apache Hadoop ecosystem comprises of these frameworks for cloud computing. We have Hadoop HDFS, which is Hadoop file systems used for storing and accessing all the files in the cluster. We have Hadoop Yarn, on which we will be running our Spark application. Then we have Hadoop MapReduce, which is a stream or batch processing cloud framework. Then Apache Spark, Apache Graphics, which we will be using, and Zookeeper is basically a framework which manages all these frameworks. Now we will look at deployment of Spark application. So there are two ways how a Spark application can run. It can run in a standalone cluster on any machine that has a JVM and Apache Spark framework. So what we exemplified earlier with the screenshots was this standalone cluster deployment, where we were running it on PowerShell, and all the information of various distributions were available on port number 4040. But in order to take advantage of a more robust resource or cluster management system, in order to take advantage of a more robust resource we will use a cluster management system such as Hadoop Yarn. So we will be running Spark on Hadoop Yarn. We can also run it on Apache Mesos, Kubernetes, and Docker Swarm. We will require Hortonworks Sandbox to run Hadoop Yarn. Thank you. So I have run the virtual machine. I have run VMware, and through VMware I am running Hortonworks Sandbox. So here is the IP address of Hortonworks Sandbox, which is 192.168.80.129. On my PowerShell, here I will call this IP address, and I will get logged in to the cluster via Sandbox. So here is the cluster. I will access the current working directories. I will go in the current working directory, which is here. Then I will list out all the directories here. Then I will go to project, and then in the project I will execute this directory test.py. This is a simple Python file which will print test. So it executes on cluster and gives output test. So this is how we will use cluster computing framework to run a Spark application. Spark application basically runs in master and client mode. Here we are using the master mode. It also exposes couple of endpoints like 192.168.80.129, port number 8080, which is Ambari. We'll log into Ambari. So from here we can take control of all the nodes present in the cluster and we can manage them. Let me do it once again. Yes, here password. Yes. We should get the output. I'm sorry, I executed the wrong file. We have to execute test.py. I was in the wrong directory. So now I'm running it. Yes. And here we got test executed. So a simple Python program executed on cluster and we are getting the output. So the endpoints that are exposed are here. Hortonworks is Sandbox. This is the welcome page of Sandbox. This is Ambari as discussed earlier. Then on port number 4200 we get the command line interface of Hortonworks Sandbox. So that's all from my side. Thank you.